All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today we're going over some of the brand collaterals that we'll be designing for our fabulous brand. If you're working on any other brand, this is how you get to learn about how to, work on different variations and different um, different collaterals for your brand. All right. So we have our logo, we have our brand guide already. Next, we're going to be working on our brand collaterals. And obviously, our brand collaterals are things like business cards, letterheaded paper, all those things, all the things that you use basically to in expressing your brand, basically. All right. So let's get right into it. I'm going to share my Canvas screen now. For some reason, all right, here we are. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Good stuff. All right, so we have our logo, we have our primary colors and our secondary colors and all of that. All right, so we have our primary font and our secondary font, primary logo and secondary logo, primary font, secondary fonts. We have our brand colors, and all of that. All right, so we're going to move straight into, we're starting with the business card. All right, or let's start with social media assets. Okay, and what are some of the social media assets that are possible? Let me know if you have an idea. If you do, share what you think with me. Anybody?
Templates for posting.
For posting on social media, yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Banners, flyers,
Banners, flyers, headers,
headers.
album arts, all of those things. All right. So we're just going to start from the very beginning. Okay. So first we're going to design social media assets today. Facebook posts, Facebook cover, Instagram posts, Instagram story, and we'll do an animated social media design as well. Okay. So let's start with our Facebook post. All right. Now we have our brand, which is Fabulous. We have Fabulous here as well. Okay. Now, what we need to do is come up with a social media design for our brand. Okay. And obviously, the brand is launching. So we need to create a very interesting copy for what should be on it. Okay. So, I mean, one of the typical things you want to do is go online and see what people are doing. All right. So let's do that really quickly. So I'm going to share my screen now as we find some nice inspiration. Okay. So I'm going to go to Pinterest. And then I'm going to search for fashion. Okay. Social media post or design, whichever. Okay, so we have some ideas. Okay, so we can see some things. This look like things that you really find easily on Canva. So we're starting to have ideas of the kind of things that you want to post on fashion um a fashion social media page. Okay. So let's be more specific this time. Let's say launching. Okay. Launch. Okay. Okay. Nothing specific here. Okay. So we can't exactly find something specific, but we can obviously gather inspiration from some of the things that we've seen. First, we're going to develop a copy for what we're going to write. So we're going to do that together. I'll need a lot of help. All right. So what copy are we developing? What are we going to write on our banner? Anybody? Let me call someone. Gift.
Like I knew you were going to call me.
Good.
So like buy one, get one free or something.
Okay. Buy one, get one free. All right. So we can work with that. Buy one, get one free. So first we're going to add text. Okay. So buy one, get one free. Okay. Copywriters in the house. I hope I have my tenses correct. I mean, like capital letter and all of that. Okay, so I'm just going to work with this. So buy one, get one free. Let's say we have our website, fabulous.com, right? Obviously, we're going to use a lot of images for this design because it's obviously social media. So you want to have a lot of images. Okay, so first we change this to our primary font, which is primary font is Playfair Display, secondary font is open source. So what do? We change this to Playfair Display. Okay, buy one, get one free. All right. Then we're obviously going to have our logo. Okay. Now, if you don't want to start all of this from the scratch, you can actually easily just come to your template section, find a template that looks like something that can work and adapt. Okay. But I just want to go through this route so you have a good understanding of why, things are the way they are. And then we're going to make another one. Maybe the next design will do work from a template just so you see, just to make sure that you understand why first, and then you see how easy it is to work with a template when you understand why already. Okay. So buy one, get one free is obviously the most important information here, hence it's the largest, it's the most visible. Okay, so let's just keep that there. We're obviously going to have some other forms of copy on this, right? Let's say we're going to add Fabulous is launching soon. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to use our secondary font. I'm a very bad typist. Launching soon. Okay. Now, two things. One, when you see something like this, Fabulous is launching soon, right? Now, because we have a word mark, it's easy for us to use our logo in the design. Okay. So imagine something like this. Fabulous is launching soon, right? This will work very well because Fabulous, our logo in itself can work as a word mark because you can also see the words. Okay. But if it wasn't a word mark, then we'll probably have to write Fabulous with regular text. All right. So I'm just going to keep this here, right? Fabulous is launching soon. And you can see that it's centralized. Okay. And then here we have buy one, get one free. So I'm just going to keep this on one line because I want us to have enough space for our images. Okay. Now, the first question is, where can we put our images? All right. There are obviously many ways you can do this. If you want to put your images in middle, on top, on the right, on the left, there are many options or many possibilities. Okay. So because I'm trying to start from scratch, I typically would find inspiration from something that I've seen before, right? But I just want to start from scratch here and show you what options exist. Obviously, there are things that you can see in other designs as well that I'm getting these ideas from. All right, so let me duplicate this page. Now, let's try the first route. Let's divide the page into two, okay? Keep our text on the left, okay? And then we'll have our image on the right, all right? So now we actually have two sets of information, and it's difficult to tell which is the most prominent because Fabulous is launching soon seems like a very important information, and buy one get one free seems like a good catchphrase. Okay, so but because buy one get one free is not as important as Fabulous is launching soon, like I said, it's a design for launch. Okay, so we're going to keep Fabulous is launching soon as the biggest information, even though this is the most catchy information. All right, so let's just make this a little smaller, okay? Buy one, get one free. So this is basically some nice catchphrase to help people order, right? So I'm just going to keep this here, buy one, get one free, okay? So I'm going to reduce this. Now, like I said, I'm going to divide this page into two. So let's say we're going to have an image on the right side, okay? So let's just do fashion. Okay, this is a nice image. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to centralize this and then put this in the middle. So it snaps. You can see the pink line that shows is right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to select. Sorry, I'm going to stretch this to be on the other end of the page. Okay, next I'm going to double click into this box and direct and move this image around. Right, so typically it would be nice to have it in the middle like this, okay? Because I mean, it makes sense to have it in the middle like that, okay? But because I want the pictures, I want some of these clothes to show, and I also want to make use of some rule of thirds. So I'm just going to move her right here. Okay, you can see she's right on the middle of in the middle of this third one, and then more clothes are showing. Okay, so yeah, we have a much fuller picture. Okay, now Fabulous is launching soon is the most important information here. Okay. Buy one, get one free is the next most important information. So, and then obviously we're going to have social media, we're going to have websites and stuff like that. So let's just do that and keep this here. www.fabulous.com. Okay. I'm just going to use secondary font, which is open source, okay, for this, okay, because it's very important information that you don't want people to mix up because of fanciful fonts, okay? So on the lower left corner, this is where this is, all right? So we have our website, okay? Next, we want to put some color, and then, I mean, this place looks kind of empty, okay? So what do? There are many things you can do. First, Fabulous is launching soon, doesn't seem to be as big as it can be, okay? With this image placement, there's the things we can do, all right? So I'll duplicate this page so you know exactly where we're coming from, okay? So now, one of the things that you can do, let me add this information for you. When you're in doubt as to making contrast work in any design that you might have, right? Always remember that white space works very well, okay? White space works very, very well. All right, so I'm going to put that into practice now. I'm going to add a rectangle. It's going to be a white rectangle, and it's going to go into the image, okay? So I'm going to stretch this out and drag this in so that she's on the lower end, and then the white is going to the white box can show on top here, okay, and not distract the lady's face, okay. So I'll just change this rectangle to color white, okay, and then move the position to back, or yeah, I'll just bring it forward. Okay, let me send it to back first, okay, and then I'll select everything together and position to front, okay. So now I'm just going to lock this, okay. Now I'm going to select all of this, okay, and extend this, okay. So now we have Fabulous is launching soon, right? And I'm going to stretch this down a bit, okay. So we have this, right? We have this rectangle, okay. Exactly what I was trying to avoid is happening. So I'm just going to stretch out a little more and bring this down, okay. Good. All right. Now I can change the color of this to one of our brand colors. So we have, I'm just going to take these three colors, okay. I'm going to come here and paste them, okay. So, okay, I'll get the color code for this, right? So it's not supposed to be bold. So I'm just going to click here, paste the color code, okay. So now this has this color already. I want to give this our secondary color. Okay. So now you can see it's already showing up in our document colors, right? All the colors are, oh, these three colors actually. Okay. So because I just imported them. So I can change the background of this to a nice background color, which could have been this, right? And then change this color to this as well. Okay. So it blends. All right. So I'm just going to delete this three. Okay. Okay. So I think this is actually looking too big now. Okay. So trying to make sure that you have a good understanding of how these principles work, right? Right now, if you just take a stop to look at it, right, what's happening here, it feels very off. It feels like this is blending in with this, and this is almost blending in with this. So it's difficult to say what is happening where, right? So it's not working. Okay. So I'm going to just select all of this, right? And reduce the size. Okay. I'll group them first. Okay, there are too many elements, so I can't group them. Okay. So I'll undo this. Okay. Now, this is going to work better where we have more contrast. Okay. So I'll just reduce the size. Okay. So I'll do this. Okay. Select this, select this, select this, and select this. Okay. And do this. Now you can see it's starting to show that there's something here. Okay. So it's going to make sense for me to just reduce the size of this box. Okay. Increase this just a bit. All right. Now, so this is looking much better than it was before. Okay. So now we have Fabulous is launching soon. Okay. So then buy one, get one free. So we need to tie in this caption into the design. It seems to be a little bit, there's no link. Okay. I mean, this is a copywriting course, but you also want to watch out for those kind of things so that your design actually works. By the way, we're supposed to add social media assets. So let's add Instagram. Instagram icon, right? And it's completely editable, so you can just change the color. So I'm just going to change color to our green. Okay, reduce the size. Okay. So there we go. At Fabulous, Fabulous. Okay, so that's the Instagram handle of Fabulous. I'm assuming that we have the same handle for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So I'm just going to do Twitter. I want to find the one we can change the color. Okay, so if you're using a free version, right, and you can't change the color, you need to have these things uniform. Okay, so what that means is that, okay, so we can do this, right? It means that we can change the color of this to the background color, and then change the color of the white of the tweet bird to green. Okay, and we have what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so in some instances, you might not be able to do this because the background itself might be multicolored. Okay, so let's assume that the background is colored and we can't do that. So what you want to do is just change this to green and then keep this as white. All right. I don't think this is ethical to do for Twitter, so I'm just going to keep it as the regular color. Okay. If you are using a pro version, right, and you have the regular bird, you can just change the color. Okay. But if not, you can just stick to this. Okay. So we have Twitter, Instagram. Okay. And then Facebook. Okay. So you want to keep your icons uniform. When I say uniform, I mean if you're using colored icons, right? Ensure that you use colored icons all through. If you're using one single color icons, ensure that you use single colors icons all through. So you don't want to mix colored icons and then single colored icons. Okay. So right now we have to choose which you're going to use. So I'm just going to stick with the colored icons. Okay. So I will find a regular Facebook icon. Okay. Reduce the size to ensure that the same. Okay. And then Instagram, the colored icon as well. Reduce the size to ensure that they are the same. Okay. What do I mean by if you're using colored icons, stick to colored icons? So right now here we're using all colored icons. If you want to use single line icons, it means you're going to want to use something like, for example, where we have Twitter, right? Instead of, okay, so here we have Twitter. So instead of doing Twitter with all these colors, you're going to edit it to your own brand colors. Okay. So what that will mean would be, for example, Facebook, right? Instead of using the blue Facebook, for this brand, it means we're going to use the green one. Okay. I'm just going to drag it to look to be the exact same size. Okay. So I'll cut this, remove this, and paste this. Okay. Then for Instagram, we'll do the exact same thing. Delete. And then we use the regular Instagram icon, change the color. Okay. I hope you understand what I mean by keep your icons uniform if you're using your icons. Let me know if you don't understand. So you see, this is a round one. It won't work with all these ones because they look like they're in squares. So we need to find this size, this shape, sorry. Okay, so I'm trying to see. I don't think you can change the color of this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so we can change the color of this. That one is an image. This one is the vector file. Okay, so we'll change the color of the background to green and then keep that as white. Or since we have a nice background, we can just keep it with the background color. Okay, to look very much like the Facebook design. Okay, Facebook logo, Facebook icon. Sorry. So drag this down, cut, delete, paste. Okay. So let me know if you understand what I mean by keep your icons uniform. If you're using first, so you see we need to adjust the space now. Okay. So if you're using colored icons, use colored icons all through. If you're using single colored icons, use single colored icons all through. Please let me know if you understand what I mean. Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, I
Awesome. Okay. And then don't forget to keep your alignment sharp and keep your spacing uniform. Okay. So now I'm trying to think which should we use. So I'm just going to stick with the single line. Okay. I'll cut this and paste this here. Maybe we can use this for later. Okay. So we have our social media icons. So I'm just going to bring this down here. Okay. And then we bring the websites. Okay. So proximity, we'll group all this together. Okay. So now we have Fabulous is launching soon. Buy one, get one free. Okay. We need a hook. Okay. So let's say we need something like visit our website, buy one, get one free. Okay. So okay, visit our website, buy one, get one free. All right. Now, to be very, very honest, okay, the contrast with this text is fine, actually, but it can be better. Okay. So I want you to imagine this background being white. Okay. It's obviously clearer. Okay. And we still have the accent of our brand colors. All right. So that would be a suggestion that I think we want to make. Okay. So I'll centralize this to this square, this rectangle. Also, while at the same time keeping my elements aligned. Okay. So everything is aligned very sharply. Position, left. Good. Okay. So let me know if you followed me so far, if you understand what I did from beginning to now.
Yes, I do. Maybe my question would be, maybe not a question, maybe just an observation.
Okay.
I realized that the white background that has the other information seems to be more, I don't know, more catchy. Would you, I know you had mentioned it before, but so in case you're not able to like have that white background that kind of like contrasts with the other background, do you advise using a similar color and just maybe using the other colors to pop it out or something?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Ask it again.
So maybe not a question, just an observation, like I mentioned, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
see that with the design that has like the white background,
Which is this
feels
one,
like
yeah?
it's more, yes,
Okay.
it feels like it's more catchy and more,
Okay.
you know, but in the situation where you're using the same background, right, with the background we use for Fabulous is launching soon, for that
Wait,
full,
sorry, hold on. You mean like this background?
exactly that white background, exactly, like I'm just saying from your own experience, right, um would you advise using that instead of the white background?
No, I'll advise using the white because
Oh,
the
okay.
white, yeah, because the white pops more, right? Another thing you might think of doing would be the exact opposite, which would be like flipping this and making this white.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can see the difference here.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, compared to when it was just plain,
Yeah.
plain all through, right? So
Yeah.
good. So this is another way you can deal with it. The only challenge with this is that this text is supposed to be a catchy text, but it doesn't pop very well compared to when it's on a white background. Okay, so if we want to
Yeah.
retain this background, the suggestion is going to be to change the color to the dark green and then change this to this color. Okay, can you see
Okay.
the difference?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So let me know if you understand all I've done so far, why and how. If you are not sure about anything I've done, feel free to ask me now. So I hope you can see the header, subheader, and then body copy, right? Very, very easily, very well aligned. You can see the hierarchy very nicely. You can see me staying true to the color of our brand colors and also staying true to the uniformness of the logo. Okay. Now we're going to work on another one, but this time we're going to use a template. Okay. And like I said, this is one option, right? There are many other ways you can do this. Let's assume that we don't want to use this same design. Let's say we want to make the same design with a different style entirely, right? Let's use a different image. Okay. So let's say this image, right? Obviously, this image, the background of this image isn't very great with our brand colors, right? So different ways you can work with this, right? You either create an overlay over this, like a dark overlay to dull this color, okay? Or you just remove the background. So if you don't have the pro version, just go to remove the BG and remove the background. But because of time, I'm just going to do that right here, okay? So I'm going to remove the background. Meanwhile, I'll delete this image since we're not going to be using it. I'll also delete this since we're not using it. So what the background is removing, we're trying to figure out how we're going to work with this image. Okay, so we have our image without the background now. Okay, so good. Okay, so this is our image. All right, now when you have an image like this, there are many things you can do. Okay, one of the things you can do is use text around the image. Okay, another thing you can also do is just have your text above, under, move your text around the image. Okay, so for now, what we're going to do is, oh, okay, it has become the background. So I'll remove this first. Okay, I'll reduce the size of this, right? And I'll keep the logo on the top. Okay, so let me ungroup this. So, okay. Okay, ungroup. I'll group them together. Okay, good. So we have our logo, right? Fabulous is launching soon, right? Now we're going for a different style. We're using the exact same text, all right, but let's space this out. Text line, letter spacing. Okay. Keep this, maybe just increase it a bit, right? Now I'm going to bring this image, reduce it a bit. So We can do this thing where the image is just about to touch the text, right? But not in a distracting way. Okay. So just to create some form of nice interaction with the image and the text. Okay. So I'll put the text. All right. I'll position this to the back. Okay. Visit our website. Buy one, get one free. Okay. So what do? I'll keep this on one side. All right. I'll keep this on the other side. Okay. Same size, obviously. Okay. So I'll drag this to the left and keep this on the right. All right. Visit our website, buy one, get one free. Now I want this to pop. Okay. So what can I do? I can insert a brush. Okay. So I'll find a free brush. Okay, so let's do this. All right. Okay. I'll just keep this under. Okay, so you see the kind of interaction with the image. All right. Or what I can even do is spread this out so it doesn't feel like it's a brush. Okay. So visit our website, buy one, get one free. I'll make this bold, right? Since it can't be as big as this. Okay, but I still want it to pop. Okay. And then the information that we have here, if I keep this here, it's going to feel weird that there's nothing here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll just space this out. Okay. So on group. And keep them all on the same line. Let me know if you understand why I've done all that I've done. If you're lost about anything that I've done, please feel free to ask me. I'm talking about like if you don't understand why, or if you understand, if you want to understand better why. So group this, keep this in the center, right? Now, obviously, we can see there's a problem here, right? I'm going to use the exact same solution. Find a, except this time, I might not want to use a brush. I might just use an actual rectangle, okay? So let's change the color of this to this our dark green, right? And then change the color of this to our bright cream. Okay. Okay. Position backwards. Good. So position, center, and middle. All right. So let me just drag this down a bit so it's kind of in the center. All right. So Fabulous is launching soon. Okay. Buy one. Visit our website. Buy one, get one free. Right. So this is the exact same information that we have here. Okay. In a completely different style of design entirely. All right. I hope you understand how I went about all the different things that I did and why I did them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to go over anything that I wasn't able to, I wasn't clear about. Anybody? All right. So now we're going to work with the template this time. Okay. So let's go into our templates and find something fashion related. Like I said, it's easier to do the hard parts first, right? So let's create a new design. We have this nice template here. Well, it's a pro template. Now, I'm sure at this point, when you see a pro template, you know it's something you can replicate. Okay. So if you don't have the pro version and you find a pro design, you know that you have a very good chance of replicating. Feel free to replicate. Okay. Except, of course, there might be some elements that are not there and you might just be able to improvise. All right. So I like this. Okay, it looks nice. By the way, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. So here we would have, what we'll have, instead of introducing, what we'll have is fabulous, right? So I'll just delete this. Okay. Ungroup this, then group them all together. Okay. So we have fabulous. And then here we'll have launching soon. Okay, I want to make this a little bigger. Okay. Or you know what, I'll keep it small. Okay. Launching soon. Fabulous. All right. And then we'll have images here, here, here. And then here is a good place to have our buy one, get one free, right? Buy one. Buy one, get one free. This doesn't feel as bold as it should be. So I'm just going to select all, make this bold. Obviously change the font to our open source. Okay. And then change this also to our open source. Okay. And then obviously I'll just replace that with this. Okay. Do you see how easy that was? So the only other thing we want to do to this is furnish it with some of our colors. Okay. So maybe change the background to one of our background colors. Right. Or if you want to be really interesting, you can change the background to something dark. Right. Obviously, you keep this white to make the contrast very sharp. Okay. And then change this to maybe one of our cream colors. Okay. And we have this line here that we can also change to one of our cream colors. Okay. And then here we don't even need the rectangle because it's very obvious. And then we change this to white. Okay. Or if we want to do this, we'll just have to invert the colors again. Right. So we have position, center, then I'll centralize the element to be in the center of the page. Okay. Position, center, then centralize. All right. So pretty much, right? This was a pro design that was very easy to duplicate. Okay. Now let's try a different one. So you look at this, right? You see that this is a similar style to what we did earlier, having half of the page be your image, except of course here, this is where the website detail is. And then, so most templates actually have almost the exact same principle. Header, subheader, and body copy, right? And then obviously the most important thing is going to be the biggest, right? Then we have your image section and you move around. Okay. So let's move on to creating an Instagram design. Now assume that we want to create an Instagram design with the exact same details. Okay. Let's say I'm going to use this, for example, right? I'll copy this, I'll file, create a new design. I'll come here. If you have the pro version, you can actually just duplicate this page and create it in a new dimension. Okay. What that would look like is resize. Okay. So where you have file, resize. And then if it's for Instagram, you just click 1080 by 1080. So if you copy and resize, it's going to duplicate the documents you are making into the 1080 by 1080 size. Okay, now some things are going to look weird. So now you have to manually adjust them. Okay, so what does it mean to adjust them? You have to move this up again, right? You need to drag some things down. This was on the top left before. Now we're going to make this bigger. Okay, take this to centralize to the left again. Okay, and then do the exact same thing for this, right? And then bring this up a bit. Okay. Okay, I should actually group this. So now I'm going to group them all. Okay. Good. Right. So same thing here. You do the exact same thing here. It's pretty almost the same thing, but just some minor changes like the size. Okay. So here we now have to reduce this because it's already interfering with the text here. So reduce this. And then, right? So keep this. And then we have to move this up. Okay. Make this bigger a bit. Drag this down. Okay. So that's exactly what it feels like to resize a design. Okay. And then centralize. All right. Do you have any questions so far? Anybody? Okay, so let's assume that we're going to replicate this design for, let's say, Insta stories, right? So what do? Resize. Story. Instagram story. Okay. So copy and resize. Right. So now this is what we have. Okay. Now, obviously, the aspect ratio we have here is very different from what we had before. So we need to be very creative about how we're adjusting this. Okay. So it means that we have to rearrange all these elements to be as similar as possible to what we had before. Okay. Now that's tricky. All right. So let me duplicate this first of all. One of the easiest ways that will first come to your mind would be to do something like this. Okay. But except when you do something like this, it already cuts out some essential parts of the image. Okay. And then Fabulous is launching soon. And then you do this. Okay. This is most likely what's going to cross your mind because you're trying to stay true to what we had before. While the actual solution is supposed to be to rearrange it completely. Okay. So what you would have will then look something like this. So you need to rearrange everything. So the horizontals, you stack them horizontally now because we have a vertical design. All right. So what that looks like is something like this. First, we'll ungroup this. position center to both. Okay. And then you drag this. Okay. Make this a little bigger and centralize this. All right. Now we'll zoom out. Okay. We need to make this a rectangle instead of a square like the previous one. Okay. We'll stick it to our rule of thirds. All right. Fabulous is launching soon. Okay. This is still looking good. So make this maybe just a little bit bigger till it gets to the edge. Okay. I'll drag this up. Right. Here we have visit our website, buy one, get one free. So what we can do now is we can use a white rectangle, okay, to duplicate, to just keep this information. We'll position to the center and then center align the document, okay, and then change the color to white so it blends with the background. Okay, so you can bring this down a bit and then drag this down. Okay, so another thing to do would actually be to change this to white. Okay, so that it also blends, right? If we're doing this background, okay, and also that's because of the kind of image that we have here. Okay, because this image is blending too much. So except what we want to do here is change the color of this image to green and then changes to white and then changes to white, right? And then give this the previous color. Okay, so you can see the contrast compared to what it looked like before. Okay, and then for this works. We can keep this like this, or we can as well change this to green and then keep this as the bright color or make it white. Okay, and then we'll bring this up. Okay, maybe to keep this in the center, right? Because of the new introduction that we've added. I mean, it can still be like this actually. Either way, it still works fine. Okay. So let me know if you understand what has happened so far. Another thing that could have also been done is instead of having a long rectangle, a rectangle like this, you can also do something like this. Keep this to the same width. Okay. And then keep this on a straight line. Visit our website. Buy one, get one free. Okay. Except of course, it's more difficult to read this way. Okay. It then would mean that we'll bring this down. Okay, so one of the things that you can do here is to make a nice contrast with the font. Okay, what that will mean will be doing something like making that one bold and keeping this right. So you can see just that minor difference can make the separation between making it look and then making it pop. Okay, so same design, right? You can see that this isn't working because we're trying to retain the exact same style, except of course we do something like this. Visit our website and then we do space, buy one, get one free. Okay, now this is going to make more sense because we are elongating the design. Okay, so increase the size of this, right? And then move this up. Fabulous is launching soon. Maybe make this white. Okay, so Fabulous is launching soon. Visit our website. All right, and then do this. Okay, so maybe this is something that can work. I mean, but it still won't be as good as doing this, except of course you then want to drag this down so that we can stretch out stretch this upwards so it doesn't cover her face. Okay, so we can do something like this. Okay, so I'll just select everything. Okay, do something like this. All right, and then here we go, drag this down. Okay, so yeah, we can work with this if we're going to, if you wanted to retain this arrangement. All right, so this time we'll position to center Okay, the alignment is sharp. Keep this aligned, and then keep this aligned too. Okay. So there we go. Right. So what you want to do for this thing here maybe is to add a shadow. Okay. If you want to add a shadow, right, you won't be able to add a shadow to a shape. You need to blur an image. Okay. And it's just going to create a nice drop shadow under here. Okay, because of time, it's already past 10. So I'm going to continue with this in the next class. We're going to design a website as well. But I'm sure you have a good idea of what it feels like to design the exact same thing for different sizes. Okay. If we're going to do this for something longer, like a Facebook header, or let's try that. Let's resize. Header. Okay, let's say Twitter header, right? So let's copy and resize. So you're going to see that now, instead of arranging in vertical stacks, we're going to start arranging horizontally and maybe even split the page into two. Okay. So what would that mean? The exact opposite of what we're trying to do before. Keep everything on maybe even one line. Visit our website, buy one, get one free. Okay. So we're trying to now make everything long. Okay. So here we have the liberty to spread our image around. Okay. I hope you understand what's going on. Please, I need feedback just to be sure that everyone knows what's happening here.
Yes, I understand.
I
Okay,
understand.
good, thank you.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, feel
For those
free.
of us that can't get the free version of Canva now, that means that we would have to create new templates and go through the process step by step.
Yeah, so you just copy the elements and paste them on your new artboard, simply.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So, you do something like this. Fabulous is launching soon. Okay. And then here, obviously, we're going to spread the details instead of stacking them vertically. Yeah. So we did something similar here already. So let's just copy this. Okay. Go with this and paste this here. Right. So this is what we have. Okay. So I'm changing the colors to this dark green. Okay. Okay. So we can make this bold actually, just to create some nice hierarchy in terms of this is different from, just to make this social media websites. Okay. Instead of all these icons separate from Fabulous, then I just noticed that. I don't know, I didn't notice that earlier. Okay. So now, good. So we have this. Visit our website, buy one. Visit our website. Let's make visit our website bold. Okay. Buy one, get one free. Okay. And Fabulous is launching soon is as bold as it can be. Nope, it's not. So we can make this just a little bigger. Okay. Now, what do we see here? There's a lot of text, right? So what we can do is do something to highlight this so we can go with our rectangle again. Okay. I'm trying to use the most simple elements possible, right? You can use a brush. Okay, it's just that you have to expand it every way because it's not editable. So for now, let's just use a rectangle. Okay, let's see. I'll keep this with, okay, this is one of our colors. So we'll just take this to the back. Okay, change the color of this to white. Okay. I think it's too close to the edge actually. So I'm just going to reduce the size. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to zoom in to reduce the size. Okay. So keep this at 18. Okay. And then same thing. 18. Okay. So let me know if you understand what's happening here. And you know how I'm just going around with the different elements. Okay, so if you're going to go with the exact same style here, right, it will mean almost very similar thing, right? If we're using the same style of the image on the left, okay, we'll do this, okay, move this here, right? Except maybe what I'll do for this is I'll actually extend this, okay, to cover a minor part of this image, just to give it some interesting feel, okay? And then I'll spread this out. Fabulous is launching soon. Okay. So maybe what I'll do to this is I'll increase the lines letter spacing. Okay. So obviously I'll do the exact same thing in terms of the size. I won't be able to stick to this. So I'm just going to duplicate this, right? It's going to be horizontal here. And then visit our websites will be here as well, right? So because we already have um, a heavy background color, no need to create something like this here again, right? If not, it will be too much, okay? So this works, yeah? Visit our website, buy one, get one free, right? So you can see the iterations sticking to, trying to make it as simple as possible and then reducing all the elements, ensuring that there's good contrast, ensuring that, everything is sharp. Let me know if you have any questions at this point before we call it a day. It's been quite a while. Anybody? Okay. So I think we'll bring this class to an end. And like I said, one of the easiest things you can do is to actually, just snoop around on Canva, snoop around on Pinterest, find things you can duplicate. If you find something that you really like, just duplicate it, as in duplicate it and then make some changes to it. Okay. Um, there's a book I'll share with you. It's called Still Like an Artist. I'll share it in the group. If you can read it, feel free. It's going to be good for you to read it. Okay. So I'm happy to, check out some of your designs when you're done. Okay. So also please, for the assignments, obviously, it will be to create social media assets. Okay, so we're going to just do the four that I did here: Instagram story, Facebook, um, Facebook page, Instagram story, and then a Twitter header. Okay, so we have this a square, a a vertical rectangle, and a horizontal rectangle. Okay, those are the three major sizes you'll most likely be dealing with as a designer. Okay, so please send your assignments as soon as you can. I have some assignments I want to go through. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so this is someone's logo. This is someone's brand guide. This is really good. It's actually really good. Um, this is actually
Hi,
really
David. I
yeah.
sent, I think because of the thread of email, you may have missed like the derivation of this.
Oh, okay, okay. That means
Yeah.
it's on 6 or 7.
Oh no. It
8.
should be 8. Yeah, after my fabulous
Oh, okay, okay,
options.
cool, 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 cool. All right. So let's start from here then. Or let's start from this questionnaire actually. All right. So this is brand identity questionnaire, which is really good. Actually, already looks very nice. I like it. So who's your ideal customer? What pain points do you want to solve? Nice. What kind of personality do you have? Who's your competition? Jumia. Okay. How do you want your clients to feel? Happy. Okay. These are really good answers. 5 words: integrity, reliable, functional, easy, and value. What is wrong with the website is not nice. What brands do you admire? Flutterwave, Amazon. How would you test your brand perception, service testimonials? Okay, these are really good questions. So we have, okay, so she already had her colors already. Good stuff. Now, my professional suggestion for these colors would be, if it's a new brand, right? Except you're primarily working digitally and you plan to do most of your printing collaterals in black and white, then these colors will be hard to achieve in printing, right? Not hard to achieve, but they'll just be more expensive to produce. Okay. Especially maybe if you're trying to find branded shirts, like you probably won't find this color branded shirts. You probably also won't find this color branded shirts very easily. Okay. But white and black, obviously. So that's why I said, except you plan to do more white and black, that'll be good. Okay. I mean, it's still left to your client, of course. But if you'll be doing primarily digital assets and stuff, then it might be nothing to worry about. Maybe just a few brand collaterals that can be done in black and white, and we don't have a problem. Okay. So yeah, I really like this. This is very good. This is very, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. I like this. Okay, this is the old fish fest. Ah, I see. So you made an edit to this. This is nice. This is very good. So the only comment that I'll have for this is, so I like the way you used white and you added the shadow under, right? It's clever. The only challenge is that the contrast is okay, right? But because I want, like, for the type of event that it is, you want this to pop as much as possible, right? So what you would probably want to do would be to use a very deep color, right? And maybe even remove the shadow. Okay. So you'd see that this pops more than this, right? Even though it's the exact same color, but it pops more than this, right? I mean, this is clever because you can still see the color very visibly. Okay. And especially because you have a white overlay. Okay. So if the overlay was maybe color, oh, okay, you did a transparency for the image. Okay, I thought it was a dark overlay. So imagine that it was this color, right? Okay, so let me duplicate this, right? Imagine that the image didn't have a transparency, right? And we added a rectangle to do an overlay. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's say I even use this color for the overlay, right? You see that fish face is going to pop very well, right? And then it will mean we'll be changing most of our text to white because that's what's up, right? For contrast sake. Okay, now imagine this was black. Okay, imagine how delicious it will look, right? So compared to having it white, right? The contrast isn't as good as it would. I mean, the contrast of the text. Okay, but apart from that, I like the idea. I like the food. I like the fish, and I like every other thing. So if you notice, you'd see that black and yellow have a more foodie vibe, right? Or in fact, even if it was some high level of red, right, it won't work actually. So maybe a dark red. Okay, so well, no, actually, this will work. The black works better, okay? Because contrast is better. I mean, if you just take a look at this and compare it to this, right? I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys prefer the one with the black overlay or the one with the white overlay?
I think I always thought that with minimalist designs, we were not allowed to use like strong colors for background, maybe just for the text and stuff. So that's why I went with the white instead of black.
Oh, okay, okay. I get that. I get that actually. Um, okay. So I would say with a pinch of salt, right? In some cases, well, in most cases, especially because here we have an image, right? Um, and you want to do your very best possible to ensure that you have the best outcome in terms of like visual appeal, which obviously includes contrast and all the rest of those things. Okay, so even though it's minimalist, right? Um, yeah, I don't think the fact that it's minimalist means that you will not have strong colors. So you can have strong colors, but it will not look busy. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, but I understand how you interpreted that and how you translated that into this design, which is very um sensible. So yeah, yeah, well done. This is really good actually. I like this. Well done, Comfort. Thank you. Okay, this is someone's fabulous logo. Okay, 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 okay. Do you want whose logo is this? Do you want to share why you made the decision this way? Natasha, are you there? Oh, I think she's off. Okay. But I think this is okay, pretty okay. I think my only comment would be the location of this line. Um, I personally think it might be better if there was a little space. So, and that's because that's for the readability of the word fabulous. Okay. I'm also thinking about the location. Okay. Um, doesn't seem to be either like all through the way or maybe somewhere in the middle, that kind of thing. So, um, okay, having it maybe right in the middle of this last for second second letter and second to last letter. Um, hmm. So to be honest, right, it actually works in the broad sense of does the logo work? Okay. So I'm just trying to be to pay more attention to how it can look, right? It doesn't feel as balanced as I think it should. That's a personal comments. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just trying to separate my personal comments from what textbook answer would naturally have been. But for the space, I think it's important because it's going to make Fabulous more difficult to read this way compared to this. Okay, let me know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, we do.
Good stuff. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, I opened this already. Okay, I opened this already. So here, this is your Fabulous logo. Fabulous indeed. I like this. It has a prestigious vibe, right? Very obviously. And I like the location. So this is a very nice combination element, obviously. Combination logo, obviously. And I like the intersection, having Fabulous right in the middle of the diamond shape. So yeah, this is really good. I like this. I like this too. This is a rectangle, yeah? Okay. I like this. I like this. I like this. I really like this actually. What you end up doing for this is you'll export as you take a screenshot of this, then remove the background so you can have all the white spaces blank, so that if you have it on another type of background, you don't have the white showing every single time. Let me know if you understand what I mean by what I just said.
I understand.
Okay, good. I like this. I actually like this. It looks very simple and it looks kind of generic. So like this Fabulous can work for almost any other type of business. I like it. The only other thing that I might suggest would be the thickness of the fonts. I think maybe it should be a little bit bolder because one, it's competing with the size of this, right? So maybe it can be a little bolder. So instead of thin, maybe what's after thin? Light or regular. Okay, just to give you a little more boldness because it's going to be logo. When you reduce the size, maybe for example, on anything, right? It's more difficult to read because of course you would have many other elements around the design and stuff. So you still want this to stand out as much as possible. Okay. But apart from that, I really like this. Well done, well done. Nice. I like this. So this is a shadow. Personally, I would advise against shadows in logos because they are very difficult to reproduce on many mediums. So instead of a shadow, you would actually do better with maybe just lines. Okay. And that's just because of the application. Okay. So if you're going to have maybe if it wasn't a logo, right? It would this effect would be nice. But for a logo, and generally, you'd also notice that you hardly have shadows on logos. Maybe if you find shadows on logos, it's for brands that are only going to have their elements on like digital platforms, and they don't have to bother about what it looks like on print, what it looks like on other mediums apart from paper. Okay. Okay, nice. So this is your mood board. I like this. I like this. Trustworthy conservational community. Okay, so these are the brand inspirations. Okay, so this is concept of a plug, connecting vendors to clients and clients to vendors. Nice. Okay. So basically a variety of options for clients and vendors as well. Nice. This is really good. I like it. So Jimmy has competition. So nice. Oh, so this is how we got to plug. I actually really like it. It's very simple, very minimalist, very straight to the point. It looks very modern and clean. And it's beautiful because you can see where it's coming from. And you can see how, the journey. And it's very nice. This is really good. I don't have any comments actually. Okay, maybe make the fonts, a little, just a little bolder. But apart from that, I really like this. I mean, it works like this to be honest. but maybe I'm just being too, but if you don't change anything, it actually works perfectly fine. I really like this. Oh, this is the portrait version. Okay, so if you're doing this portrait version, I think it should be a little bolder, right? Because these ones are very bold, so you don't want this to miss out on, okay, all the action. And one more thing is the thickness. Okay, so you want to maintain a uniform thickness. Okay, so it keeps reducing and increasing. I see. Well, things like this can be hard to achieve on Canva. So what you want to do is, so let me explain what I think you should do. Okay. So this, right? So duplicate this page because I want you to retain the same thickness, whether it's landscape or portrait. Okay. Paste this here. Make this as big as this. Okay. So let's see, this is the largest possible size. All right. Now cut. Okay. Paste. Okay. Group. Position this to the back. Okay. Now we have the new logo in front. Okay. So what you want to do to this is size this to this size. Okay. So they have the exact same thickness. Okay. And that obviously means you're going to make this maybe a little thicker. So instead of Barlow thin, you can use Barlow light. Okay, good, right? So now you have this. So when you're exporting it, so that when you're exporting it, right, they have the exact same. I don't know if you understand what I just did.
I understand.
Okay, good, good. So that they have the exact same thickness. Okay, so that when you reduce them, they have a uniform thickness in reduction, and when you increase them or you reduce them. Okay. Oh, this is another option. This looks like a jigsaw puzzle. So it doesn't have the effect that it gives this because this is like connecting, you know. Yeah, I prefer the first one. I definitely prefer the first one. This is really good. Well done. I'm really happy. I like this. I like this. I really like this. So that's how we got here. Nice, nice. Wouldn't this have been nice with that? Oh, okay, okay. You put this here because of the background. Oh, I see. I see, I see, I see, I see. So what could have been done is to, instead of doing this, you can just make it an overlay. Okay. So either make it a white overlay or a black overlay so that your logo stands undisputedly like untouched. Okay. I really like this. Plug, plug, plug. Nice. Symbols and meanings. Oh my God, this is so good. Really, really good. Really, really good. Oh my God, this is so good. I like this. I like this. So don't change the color, don't crop, don't use shadow, or it can be used shadow. It can be used sparingly, okay? Don't put it over another illustration, don't rotate it, don't use tint or opacity. I really like this. Nice, nice. This is really good. This is really good. All right, thank you guys. We've come to the end of this class. So the assignments with your brand, so create 3 new designs similar to what I just did for Instagram, Twitter header, and your Facebook. Okay. Instagram, Twitter header, Facebook, and Insta story. So 4. Okay. I'll share the links for the ones I did with you on Instagram, on WhatsApp, so you can make them as a reference. And then if you need to rewatch the video, feel free to. Okay. Let me know if I have all the questions answered and if we can close today's class. All right. So we can close then. Thank you guys so much for traveling with me. Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Stop share.